As promised, I'm here live and I have an audio clip I can't wait to go over with you guys. After the audio clip, I'll give you a little bit of summary with the puppets. I know you guys love the puppets. If you're new to my feed on Facebook, I'm Rachel Bosher Atwood. On YouTube, I'm Rachel Unfiltered. And you can also find me on Rumble and soon, hopefully, Truth Social. So if you're new to my feed, make sure you hit the follow button. And if you're watching this, I would appreciate it if you would do a screen recording, because the audio I'm going to play for you may do some triggering on the Facebook algorithm. I don't expect this video to stay up very long. So let's hop right to it. What is this audio that I have for you? I have some very sweet, dear friends serving in our armed forces. And I received this audio clip from our U.S. military today. This audio clip is confirmed by our U.S. military as legitimate. The information is credible. And I have been asked to share it with you because we know mainstream media isn't going to run it. So this audio, as you listen to it, I believe it does have the credibility that we can rely on. The person who gave it to me is somebody I would trust with my life. So this is legit. We're going to listen to the audio together. It is shocking. At least I found it to be somewhat shocking. Some of it you will not be shocked by, but there was a piece of new information. This audio clip has to do with the conflict happening between Ukraine and Russia. And right now, I can say that none of us really understand what's going on. The only thing I do know is that Biden and his administration and mainstream media are a bunch of liars. And I guarantee you, everything that you have heard from them is a lie. So what is the truth? The truth is in this short audio clip. So start recording this. Get your screen recording out because I'm going to play this audio clip for you. And then it might go away. We'll see. If you don't know how to, Sue's like, I don't know how to screen record. If you see live in the corner, you've caught me live. If there's no live there, you have caught the replay. Okay. Let me turn this around and I'm going to play the audio for you so that you guys can see. I've actually got, oh look, there's my dirty kitchen. Okay, I'm up on my Facebook feed. If you're looking for me, here's my profile. Hit that follow button. You can send me a friend request, but you guys, I've got hundreds of friend requests. Honestly, the best way to get my content is to follow at this point, and then you'll see everything. Here is the audio clip. Are you guys ready? Hold on to your horses. Here it comes.
So I just got off the phone with my cousin in the Ukraine, and his brother lives in Kiev. And his brother's gone out from Kiev, about 100 k's out to a village that they've got family in. He's staying there. And he said what I'm saying is true. The Ukrainian government are bombing their own people, killing their own people to make the West think it was Russia killing civilians. Russia is not killing civilians. And the Ukrainian president is a dictator and they don't like him. But 3/4 of the Ukrainian citizens are falling for this crap and believing that Russia are bombing civilian targets. He has run family in Russia who have family in the military, and they were under strict instructions from Vladimir Putin. You are not to attack or harm any civilians or civilian buildings. So that's all I needed. I didn't need the proof, but I wanted to speak to somebody living there. And that's what it is, the truth. Russia is trying to expose the truth about the globalists. Even he believes it. He believes that the Russian army aren't fighting the Ukrainian army. They're fighting the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds and people like that. And he said to me that there's reports of people trying to cross the border into Russia are being shot in the back by Ukrainians. And they're saying it was Russians shooting them coming over the border. Russians would not shoot an innocent Ukrainian crossing the border. They have relations in both countries. So the whole thing is the scam I said it was.
Holy crap. Okay, for those of you just joining, you're wondering what is the credibility of this audio. This audio recording has been confirmed by our U.S. military, was given to me by a member of the U.S. military who serves in the capacity of anti-terrorism intelligence. Okay? This comes from a very legitimate source, and I have been assured that this has been confirmed by our U.S. military as absolutely true. Okay? That's all I know. I'm giving you the information that I know. If that's not enough for you, then that's okay. You know what? Question every narrative. Question every narrative. I just wanted to make sure that you guys are seeing a different perspective here. Now, let's do a summary with puppets. For those of you who need a visual aid, I'm going to spell it out for y'all in a way that a toddler can understand, which is my favorite thing. So here we go. Here's the narrative. Here, this is Biden, this is Ukraine, and this is our mainstream media shoving a narrative down your throat that Russia is trying to attack Ukraine. They're killing civilians. Oh my gosh, Putin, rescue us from Putin. Boo, pray for Ukraine. Change your Facebook profile picture. You get it? Do you get it? Half of the State of the Union address was all this. All of this. Shouldn't that have clued you in that it was all bullcrap? Is there stuff going on in Ukraine and Russia right now? Absolutely. But are they telling us the truth about the why and the how? Right? So we've got the narrative, and suddenly, after 2 years of being lied to about masks, vaccines, and mandates and all that crap on the news, they switched the narrative when we stopped believing it, and they replaced it with a new one. It's called a false flag, y'all. All right? So here's Ukraine. We're going to spin a narrative. We're going to put out clips that are false. Have you seen the tank that runs over a civilian in a vehicle? Have you seen that clip? Did you know that that tank is a Strela? A Strela tank. That tank is not Russian, it's Ukrainian. Have you seen the footage that's CGI from a video game and thought it was real? The Ghost of Kiev, this fighter pilot that's flying around and shooting down all these Russian jets. Guess what? That was from a video game. If there was real war, do they need fake footage? Well, guess what? Since now we know that the big bad Russians aren't targeting civilians, Ukraine needs a pity party and they're going to make it. So what do? According to this audio clip, Ukraine is attacking their own civilians and then blaming it on the big bad Putin. Okay? So there are people being killed and there are buildings that are blowing up, but who's doing it? Is it Ukraine? Is it Putin? I don't know. All I know is that these poor Ukrainian people are caught in the middle. Okay? So there are legit people dying over there. There are people that are suffering, that are caught in the middle of this conflict, but it's not in the way that you think. It's fake. So, meanwhile, in all of our churches, we're praying for Ukraine. My daughter told me that today in her school, they prayed for the Russians to run out of fuel. Really? You think the Russians, who are an exporter of fuel, are going to run out? At my daughter's school, they're praying for the Russians to run out of fuel. In our church this Sunday, they prayed for Ukraine. Now, they legitimately were praying for the people of Ukraine, but you guys, it's all crap. It's all crap. And these people in Ukraine, they are caught in the middle. They are getting run over But who are they getting killed by? Are they being killed by Russia, or are they being killed by their own president who happens to be connected to Biden? Right? So who poses the real threat? The Biden administration that has financial ties into Ukraine that they really don't want you to know about? You want to know what else they don't want you to know? The massive amounts of money that have flowed from Ukraine into the Clinton Foundation. Did you know that? Do you think maybe the Bidens and the Obamas and the Clintons are all freaking out that their little secret money laundering factory is getting shut down by big, bad Putin? So what do? They got to villainize Putin. They want the world to hate him. Is he a good guy? I couldn't tell you. I don't think Putin's like this great humanitarian. But are the Russians really doing what the news says they're doing? Question everything. Do I have all the answers? Nope. I'm just giving you the information so you can connect the dots and make your own conclusions. So I'm not in Ukraine, I'm not in Russia, and I personally cannot tell you what's going on over there. But I can tell you who's lying. Liars be liars. How do you know Biden is lying? His mouth is moving. Pretty easy to figure it out. And if you didn't watch the State of the Union address, go back on my Facebook feed. And you can enjoy the puppet show and drinking game that we had to do to get through it because it was such a dumpster fire. Does that answer your questions, folks? Would you like to hear the audio one more time before we go for those of you just joining? I will play the audio one more time. And I agree with you, Elizabeth. I'm sure Russia hates America too. There's a lot of hatred going on. But we're escorting out COVID, and we're just inserting something new to distract you. Hey, what's going on in Canada? What was that? Oh, did y'all forget about Canada? Did y'all forget about Trudeau? Yeah. I'll play the audio one more time, and then I'm going to let you go so you can ruminate. Share this out. And screen record it. If you don't know how to do that, somebody else will. But this needs to get out, and I have no doubt that if this feed gets enough action that it will get shut down. So we're going to need some other recordings. But here, I am going to turn it around. I'll play the recording one more time. I see my favorite military peeps are watching with me. Yeah, where's Fauci? What happened to him? I don't know. Here we go.
So I just got off the phone with my cousin in the Ukraine, and his brother lives in Kiev, and his brother's gone out from Kiev about 100 k's out to a village that they've got family in. He's staying there, and he said what I am saying is true. The Ukrainian government are bombing their own people, killing their own people to make the West think it was Russia killing civilians. Russia is not killing civilians, and the Ukrainian president is a dictator, and they don't like him, but 3/4 of the Ukrainian citizens are falling for this crap and believing that Russia are bombing civilian targets. He has run family in Russia who have family in the military, and they were under strict instructions from Vladimir Putin. You are not to attack or harm any civilians or civilian buildings. So that's all I needed. I didn't need the proof, but I wanted to speak to somebody living there. And that's what it is. The truth. Russia is trying to expose the truth about the globalists. Even he believes it. He believes that the Russian army aren't fighting the Ukrainian army. They're fighting the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds and people like that. And he said to me that there's reports of people trying to cross the border into Russia are being shot in the back by Ukrainians. And they're saying it was Russians shooting them coming over the border. Russians would not shoot an innocent Ukrainian crossing the border. They have relations in both countries. So the whole thing is the scam I said it was.
All right. Yeah, you guys, there's no players in this that are saints. I'm not saying Putin's awesome, but I want you to know you're being lied to. You're being fed a narrative. And as far as this recording comes vetted from our U.S. military. So, believe it if you want to. I am just the messenger. I am telling you where I got the information from, that I have it from a credible source, and that it has been vetted by the U.S. military. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. I don't know what to trust nowadays, but I know what I can't trust, and that is our mainstream media. And Fox News, even Newsmax. Okay? So this, military confirmed. Take it or leave it. I'm not going to claim to be the proclaimer of all that is truth. I would just like you to have all the perspectives so that maybe if we have all the information, we can create a better picture of what's really going on. Oh, Emma, I'm so sorry. Emma says that her family is fleeing for their life in Ukraine. I believe it. There is violence happening over there. There is. It is a terrible situation for these people in Ukraine. We should be praying for the people, but please understand that there is a more complicated picture of who's going after the civilians here. The civilians are in danger, but I believe, based on the information I have received and from my sources, that the Ukrainian government has turned on its own people. They do have their own SS squads. There are little Nazi troops used by the Ukrainian government against their own people. They're trying to create this war to take the attention off of COVID-19 to overthrow the United States. This is one giant distraction. How many of you knew how to spell the country Ukraine before 2 weeks ago? Why does the media pick and choose what we know about? Do you know how many conflicts have happened that were far more significant than this, that in America, none of us heard one word about? Nothing. Why this? Why this? It's because of the financial ties Ukraine has to the deep state players in the United States. If you want to learn more about that, I highly recommend listening to the X22 report on Rumble. X22 report on Rumble. Ross says maybe we can ask the prosecutor Biden fired. Yeah. Where's Fauci? Fauci's missing. No, I don't think he's missing. He's hiding. He's hiding. Okay. Aaron is, I see some great comments in here. So, I'm sharing you my opinion. My opinion based on the information that I have, the things that I'm seeing, and the pattern of lies that we see from the media. Please don't take what I say as God's truth, because I'm not in Ukraine right now. I'm just giving you the information that I have. I think we all should have everything. Okay? Ooh, Fauci is at Gitmo. My sources don't confirm that, but maybe soon. Maybe soon. That would be nice. Okay? Well, stay tuned. Make sure that you go to my Facebook feed and turn on all your notifications so that you don't miss my lives, because if I get anything juicy like this again, you'll be the first to know, with puppets and all. Okay? I think we're done here. I hope you enjoyed it. Share the bejesus out of this, or don't. It's up to you. But if you enjoy the puppets, come back, watch my feed, and taxation is theft. That one is for you, Kristen Megan. That's right. Have a great night, and please do pray for the people in Ukraine. Pray for the people that are caught in the middle of this power grab, this conflict, and the evil that has that is gripping the country. So my prayers are with Ukraine. My prayers are with people in Russia. And my prayers are especially with the people in China that are being imprisoned, murdered, having their organs harvested. Oh, we don't talk about that in the news, do we? Yeah, we don't talk about China and all the atrocities they're committing against their own people. But let's freak out about Putin. Big bad Putin. Yeah, China's Communist Party. Okay. I'm actually going now. Have a great night. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing. Go to the X22 report and pray. Pray for our country. Pray for Ukraine. And pray for our troops that are fighting to keep us free, working behind the scenes, and keeping the U.S. Convoy safe. You've noticed there's nothing that's happened on the convoy, violence-wise, that was not an accident. There are people working very hard to make sure that they stayed safe and untouched. Have a great night.